I didn't expect it. I didn't expect to be wearing a Sharks jersey tonight. This morning when I did the preview, I had really expected from the way that the Sharks played the last couple of games of this series, especially. I thought, it might be a good game, but the Sharks are pretty much done. It turns out when they play well defensively, when Martin Jones is able to get a few saves early, they're not that bad. They're actually pretty good. So this series will go to 6. Game 6 will be played in Vegas on Easter Sunday. And makes sense. It's a nice time of year. You come together on Easter and you break bread with people, and time for family and love and understanding. So of course you want to, after you had a nice, healthy, I'm assuming healthy, right? The turkey, the potatoes, I'm sure it's all healthy. What your Easter dinner, whatever that may be. Maybe it's just my family. We had the big turkey dinner like Christmas. After you have that big dinner, you want to finish it off with a matchup of a blood sport variety to remind you of true biblical times. And this game wasn't that. Let me be honest. This was a San Jose style game. Now there was some chippy play later on in the game, and I know Gerard Gallant wasn't happy with the power play late, but sorry Gerard, that was a legit power play. Tomas Hertl scores from Erik Karlsson and Gustav Nyquist 1:16 into the first period. And what did the announcers say? It's Vegas getting a taste of their own medicine. And that's exactly what seemed to happen tonight. And they kept that second line under control. Yeah, I'm calling it the second line, the one with Stone and Pacioretty and Stastny, because they're not on the board. So San Jose accomplished a couple of feats tonight. Couture then scores from Meyer and Erik Karlsson. So Erik Karlsson had a very nice bounce-back game tonight. And it felt like there was a lot of pride on the line here. You could feel that with San Jose's game tonight, that they realized they were in jeopardy of not. It's not just a matter of going home and, oh, well, you get to go golfing from now until September. It's pride. And you could feel that the veteran pride on the San Jose Sharks kicked in tonight. And I'm sure for Sharks fans, the thought process is, where was it in Game 4? However, before the end of the first period, on a power play, Riley Smith scores from Miller and William Karlsson. So William Karlsson had a decent game as well. It is 2-1 in favor of San Jose after one. The shots, though, are 12-6 for Vegas. So Vegas has to feel pretty good coming out of the first period. They control the shot clock. They end up getting on the board before the end of the first period. They can take the Sharks. And for Sharks fans, of course, with the way this series has gone, you got to be like, well, we're up. But we're only up by 1, and look what happened to Winnipeg tonight. Second period, Barclay Goodrow scores his first ever career goal in the playoffs from Braun and Ryan. And that was a really key goal. It made it 3-1. And it felt like San Jose was exercising some demons tonight. And they've got to win 3 in a row to make this mean anything. But if you look at it, honestly, they have to go and win in Vegas once. And then they have home ice advantage in Game 7. And right now they're 2-1 at home. So they have to win 1 on the road. So the shots in that second period are 14-6 for San Jose, and it felt like San Jose was picking up some steam as that period went along. So as we go into the third period, it's 3-1, and you're like, okay, can Vegas fight their way back? Well, in the third period, they get a power play, and of course, for San Jose fans, it's like, oh great, here we go, here comes a mountain of power plays for Vegas. And then they score on it. It's Jonathan Marchessault with a nice shot that finds its way past Martin Jones from Miller and William Karlsson. So Karlsson's on the board as well. So there are 4 assists by players named Karlsson. A Karlsson on both teams had 2 assists. There was none for Melker. Melker's not allowed to get points. Much like early in the season, in the regular year, in the playoffs, he's not allowed to have points again. Then where the game really feels like it turns. So Vegas has a lot of momentum, and it's feeling like, okay, Vegas is pushing, and it felt similar to the game between St. Louis and Winnipeg earlier tonight. But where it turns, Logan Couture is high-sticked. It is a careless high stick by Marchessault. The interesting thing is there was blood on the ice. He rushed off to the dressing room. So He rushed off the ice, rushed off to the dressing room, and you could tell he was in some distress. And then the officials apparently were trying to get him to come back out just to prove he was bleeding, so they could potentially make it a four minute. Didn't happen. It was a 2-minute power play. Now, what upset Gallant here appears to be they weren't going to call a penalty, and they all get together and they go, "Should we call a penalty? Sure." Dramatic tension. No, it's basically that, the officials don't always see everything, so they can come together in a situation like this. What did you see? I saw a stick definitely clip Couture across the face. So Marshy ends up in the penalty box, and on that power play, San Jose asserts themselves, hurdle with a beautiful goal. Now, it looked like it may have deflected off Pavelski. This may end up being a Pavelski goal. But right now it's hurdle from Pavelski and Thornton. And it was really, that was when the tension kind of goes out of the game. Their goal music starts, and we've talked about goal music that isn't great in the NHL. San Jose's goal music isn't fantastic, but it's not the worst, but it's not the greatest either. So there's that. 4-2, and then from there it felt like Vegas had the wind taken out of their sails. Gerard Gallant was seen giving a thumbs up to the referee. I don't think he meant that. I don't, and if the referee sees that and he goes, he thinks I'm doing a really good job. Do you see that? Gerard gave me the thumbs up. And then the other linesman comes up and goes, that he didn't mean that. He thinks you're a jerk right now. And then for that referee, his whole world might have been destroyed in that one gesture of thumbs up when he didn't mean it. It's a very, very frustrating world when, oh, that's great, he likes me. He really doesn't. Why'd he give me the thumbs up then? Okay. That being said, it was 4-2. And then the empty netter is Pavelski from Kane. Pavelski scored the goal. Who was it that broke their stick across Pavelski when he scored it? I'm not sure. I can't remember. I want to say Riley Smith, but anyways, one of the Vegas players looked like he gave him a pretty good two-handed whack during the empty netter. So the hatred between these benches continued during this game. The hatred between these teams continues, and I'm sure between the two fan bases, it continues, and we'll wait until Sunday to see where it ends up. So we've got 2 days off in between games 5 and 6 for the rhetoric between these teams to probably ratchet up a little bit. Marc-Andre Fleury saves 24 out of 28. Jones saved 30 out of 32. Martin Jones, regardless of what happens from here, will be remembered for getting pulled against Vegas regularly. And this is where I agree with that, and yet at the same time, when he has a good game like tonight, I hope it gets recognized at a later date. I understand that the dramatic moments of getting pulled, it's sort of like with Pekka Rinne before last night against Dallas, where they're like, oh, he gets pulled regularly, and I'm thinking, yeah, and he wins a lot too. So are we just going to throw that under the bus because the guy gets pulled? So for Jones, he's now 2-3 in the playoffs, and we'll see how he responds in Game 6. Really, the key for San Jose in Game 6 is going to be simple. Vegas is going to come out of the gate charging for that net. They're going to have to overwhelm them those first 5 minutes. At the very least, withstand whatever Vegas has, and Jones is going to have to make those key saves like he did tonight. There were some really solid saves from the San Jose netminder tonight. And while Fleury had a good game, San Jose had it figured out. San Jose was dialed in. 5 goals scored by San Jose. This continues to be one of the more wide open offensive series between two teams that down the stretch, and they struggled defensively. And so that has kind of continued into the playoffs. The one thing with this series that I'm wondering is, so barring a huge comeback by the Calgary Flames, the winner of this series will play the winner of the Calgary. It'll be Colorado. Unless Calgary wins 3 in a row, and they could because these playoffs have been crazy. But whoever wins this series is vulnerable. This series has been very physical. This series has exposed that both of them have some defensive shortcomings. While both of them have very good goaltenders, you look at Grubauer for Colorado, he is playing fantastic. And with all of the physical beatings these teams are giving each other, if Colorado can go out tomorrow night and take out Calgary at home and get a little bit of rest, whoever comes out of this series could be primed for a second round upset as well. This Colorado story could go on for a while. Should they end up A, defeating the Flames, and B, end up defeating them early on. So just something to look forward to. This series is very, very interesting in that there's so much hate. So there you go. If you were there, let me know what you guys thought in the comment section below. I know there were a lot of Vegas fans that were planning on going down there to try to get in. I didn't see just how many Vegas fans there were in there. I also know there were San Jose fans that had given up going into tonight. I saw some posts on that as well. I don't know how widespread that is, but I can understand it. Absolutely. After the way games 3 and 4 unfolded, I can understand it. So there you go. The overly wordy, and I apologize for that. It just feels like this is one of those epic games, whereas the other games tonight, they were not less epic in that they were just as important, but there wasn't as much to look at and to talk about. And this series, it feels like if San Jose can win Game 6, we'll see, right? Let me know what you guys think in the comment section below. As always, don't forget to hit like and subscribe if you're browsing your way through. You just happened upon this video. And hey, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll talk to you again soon.